Hello, artists! Today we're going to be learning about artist Yayoi Kusama. Yayoi Kusama was also known as the Polka Dot Princess, and she is an artist from Japan. When she was young, she had a dream that she was in a polka dot field, and this dream inspired her to make polka dot artwork. Yayoi Kusama does painting, sculptures, and she even fills rooms with her polka dots. Today, we're going to be doing some Yayoi Kusama-inspired polka dot pumpkins. Here are some examples of that. You can see she's covered her pumpkins in polka dots, and her background has some fun lines. You're going to go ahead and choose a background. You can choose black, purple, or blue. Once you've chosen your background, we're going to get a white oil pastel. And on the back of our page, we're going to write our names. Once you've got your name written, flip your paper back over. Now we're going to take our oil pastel and we're going to go ahead and start with a line. I'm actually going to draw a diagonal line right across my paper. Just like that. I'm going to go in and now I'm going to add some more lines. I'm going to keep doing my diagonal lines all the way to the end of my paper. I know it kind of looks cut off here, but I'm going to move my paper in just a second. You're going to do this all across your paper. Go ahead and pause the video now, and artists, go ahead and start. Hello, artists! Today we're going to be drawing our pumpkin, so you can choose between red, orange, and yellow. I'm going to go ahead and choose a nice red. Now that I've got my red, I'm going to go ahead and make sure my paper is horizontal, or like a hamburger, and I'm going to write my name. You can write your name in pencil. Once you've flipped your paper back over, now we're going to start drawing our pumpkins. You're all going to start in pencil, but I'm going to use some Sharpie, just so that you can see my lines. You're going to start with something that looks like a zero or an oval. It's almost like a squished circle. We want to make this pretty big on our paper, not teeny tiny. This is going to be the middle of our pumpkin. Now I'm going to come out to one side and I'm going to draw a backward C. Awesome. You can see that looks like a backward C or like a circle that's going behind. And I'm going to draw a third backward C or a second backward C. And I'm going to go over to my other side. And I'm going to do, this one's going to be a front C. And I'm going to do the same thing over here as well with another front C, be a little cut off. You can see that looks a lot like a pumpkin, doesn't it? Now to draw my stem, I'm going to draw two lines that go straight up and a line on the top connecting those two straight lines. Now I've got my awesome pumpkin. Once I finish that, I'm going to go ahead and start drawing some polka dots. This is the fun part. And I want to make a bunch of different sized polka dots. You can choose to color them in with your Sharpie, but I have some black crayons that you can choose to use instead. You might notice that my polka dots get bigger as they get to the center of my pumpkin and then smaller as they get down to the bottom or the top. This is to make my pumpkin really look like it's three-dimensional or it's coming off the page. Awesome. Once you've drawn all of your polka dots, you can go in with either a marker or a black crayon, and you can color in your polka dots. We want to be super careful going all the way around to make all of our polka dots look super nice. Nice and colored in. We don't want to see scribbles. I want to see nice filled in polka dots. Try not to leave any open space on any of your polka dots. Now that you've all done some awesome work coloring in those polka dots, we're going to go ahead and cut out our pumpkin. So take a pair of scissors And we're going to start on the bottom. I'm going to go in with my scissors, being super careful to cut around the outline of the pumpkin that I just drew. I'm going to go all the way around. See how I'm turning my paper as I'm cutting? This is going to make my cutting a lot easier. Yep, and then as I get to the stump or the stem of my pumpkin, I'm going to turn my page a little bit more. This really does make your cutting a lot easier. So go ahead and do that now. Once you're all finished, go ahead and put your pumpkin down. We're going to take our scraps and throw them in the recycling bin. You can go ahead and put your scissors away. Now that we have our pumpkin and our background done, it's time to put the two together. Go ahead and lay your pumpkin down in about the middle of your paper. Now we're going to take our glue and we're going to go ahead and open it. You're going to twist it to one side and you're going to see it almost makes like a little hole. And in that hole, that's where our glue is going to come out of. Go ahead and flip your pumpkin over. And we're just going to do dot, dot, not a lot of glue. So I'm just taking tiny little dots. As you can see, I'm not pouring out a ton of glue onto my pumpkin. I'm just making tiny little dots all the way around my pumpkin. Awesome. Now that we've got our dots of glue down, we're going to go ahead and flip our pumpkin back over very carefully to lay it in the center of our background. And I'm going to go around, and because I used crayon, I don't want to smush my hands over because I might smudge some of my crayon. I'm just going to tap it with my hands to make sure all of that glue is really sticking my pumpkin down. Great. And then once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and close my glue bottle. And there you have it. Your Yayoi Kusama polka dot pumpkins. I hope you all enjoyed, and I can't wait to see the results when I get back.